What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade. Basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick coach update that I'm late on. The Indiana Pacers signed Nate. I don't want to butcher his last name and I don't even want to attempt to say it. But he's going to come in and replace Nate McMillan, a guy that I felt did a fantastic job with Indiana. They never got out of the first round. They never got over the hump. But when you look at the teams that he had in Indiana and in Portland, those was consistent playoff teams, and they played at a high level on both ends of the court. And even though they never won a title, nobody was picking these teams to win the title. And that's one thing that I want to see what Nate brings to the table. One of the biggest things for the Pacer is figuring out what they're going to do and what they're going to get for Victor Oladipo. Is he going to stay and sign the extension? Is they going to trade him and reconstruct his roster a little bit to go in a different direction, a different style, because they do have a new head coach? That's going to be the biggest thing. What is they going to do with Oladipo? Do we want to stay? What they can get back? And whatever they get back, how can they utilize that to still make this team the best to their ability with one of their stars gone? Because Oladipo was an All NBA player. He was a defensive player for the All NBA team too. He got the injury. Now he wants to get paid. Now he wants a bigger role, which is understandable because he was a guy that was the number one option. He was a guy that helped the team get to the playoffs, and the injury, hurt his stock. The injury hurt his play, and him coming back and playing in the bubble didn't help because he didn't look great or that amazing even in the bubble, even in the playoffs. So a team is going to have to take a gamble on him, but he was a huge part of this identity, being a creator, being a defender, being a guy that can score and get shots off the dribble and create as a playmaker. Those things are hard to replace. But the Pacers going to have to make that decision anyway, just because they have a lot of talent, but at the same time, they haven't been a championship contender. And when you look at teams like Boston and you look at teams like Philly, you look at other teams in this NBA, they're just as good or better, and they have potential to get even better. And the Pacers really don't have that. They got what they have, and they making what's due. But that was the problem to me with Nate McMillan. He basically did whatever he could do with the rosters he could do, but nobody looked at him as a team that can win the title. What more do you want a guy to do? And that's why I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do with Nate. Because Nate comes in, he's a guy that has worked his way up. He has really found ways to be successful, has been under people, has done amazing jobs in those roles, and he does deserve a chance to be a head coach. And it is something different. You want to see a guy that's going to start off fresh and bring his style and bring his type of game plan to the table. But at the same time, they do have talent. I love Sabonis. People think he's overrated. Some people think he's underrated, but the guy has maximized his talent. He has become a solid rebounder, an excellent passer, a guy that can score when need be and individually. And then on top of that, you look at TJ. TJ isn't a score first guy, but he embraced that role that, and my team needs me to score, I'm capable of doing that. Miles Turner has accepted his role. I thought he would be a lot better. I thought that he could really be a great player in this league, but he has maximized his role defensively, and he has also become a stretch guy. People like bigs that can defend, rebound, and space the floor. And Miles Turner has all those boxes checked, but that's all about he's going to bring to the table, which is unfortunate because he's young and he's capable of doing more. That's basically what he has become in the NBA, and he has accepted that role and has excelled at it. Not only that, you have Malcolm Brogdon, a guy that they brought in. A lot of people felt like he was an all-star caliber player. A lot of people thought that he would be one of the biggest breakout players, even probably the most improved player in the league coming into this season. He did disappoint. He had some minor injuries. His numbers dropped off each and every month, in my personal opinion. And he really didn't play great, in my opinion, either in the bubble. He was supposed to be one of those two-way players that can defend and switch and guard multiple positions while also being a great passer, which he's shown throughout the season in the playoffs, but also a guy that can hit the spot up three, can get to the basket, can make decisions in transition, and also can honestly break down the defense and hit the floaters and finish, and is an excellent free throw shooter for his position. So they got some talent. They have a lot of guys that's interesting. But when I look at this roster, they still are what they are, but they still have that same problem that this team and this roster can only get so far the way it's currently constructed. They only can really go so far with this team. It kind of reminds me of the Frank Vogel Pacers. Frank Vogel did the best he could do with the talent that he had, and it almost got them to the NBA Finals, but they never got over that hump. And that he leaves, the team gets blown up, and now they go in a rebuild, and they did a fantastic job. But this team is not a championship team, and with a lot of these guys under contract and Oladipo on his way out, if they can't get nothing significantly back for Oladipo, they're going to be a top 5 seed at max in the East and get put out in the first or second round each and every year. And they might have a ceiling of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, but not actually winning the title with this roster currently constructed, even if they trade Oladipo. The only way this team is going to get over the hump if it's one of these guys play out of their mind. Like somebody will have to step up and really take that next leap as a player to get this team to a championship. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but the way these guys have played, they play together, they play as a unit on both ends of the court, but they don't have that ceiling. They can't I don't see them getting higher. I don't see them getting better to the point where they can beat the best teams in the NBA. And even if they can, they still will have to beat the best teams to win a title in the Western Conference, and I don't see that happening with this roster. So it's going to be interesting to see what Indiana chooses to do. Do they continue to ride the wave of just letting them grow, letting them develop, and seeing how far they can go? Or will they actually make a move in the future that can get them over that hump and make them a championship team? Or they just going to middle out and become a retooling team and try to do it in the future. So it's tough for the Pacers because I see that they're trying. I see that they're taking some chances. I see that they have made some fair trades, and some trades they lost, some trades that they won, but they have still a competitive, interesting roster, and they in a situation where this is as good as probably going to get when it comes to talent. If nobody takes that next leap, this team is just going to be first round, second round max Eastern Conference Finals team, and then they fail to ultimately reach the goal. But there's nothing much they can do but try to get a superstar. And if they don't get that superstar, which it don't look like they really can, they're going to be stuck in no man's land where they're good enough but not good enough to win it all. So Nate, that's the position that Nate McMillan was in, and that's the position that the new coach is in. And I'm going to give him a fair chance. I want to see what he's going to do. I want to see how they're going to defend. I want to see how they're going to play, as everything is most likely going to change with him coming in. And I don't think that's a bad thing. You don't know until you try the person out. You don't know what they can really do with this team until they get the chance. So I'm going to look at it. I'm not going to compare him to Nate McMillan. I'm going to give him a fair chance because I never seen him as a coach, and I never seen what he can do. And he's going to have a couple years to see what he can do to get the best out of this roster. And we'll see if they put the necessary pieces around them to eventually give them a real chance of being champions in the NBA. So they almost there. This is a team that's almost there. They got everything almost right. But they one of them teams too where they can be a team that we remember as a fun, good team that we respect. But we also want to see, will they make those moves to possibly get to that championship level, something that they haven't really been able to do as an organization. And even though they did get close years ago, they still haven't got the job done. That's how tough it is to be a small market team. That's how tough it is to be relevant. And they have been able to do both of those things, but they still haven't been able to get over that hump as an organization. No matter what generation or what decade, they haven't been able to get it done. And now they're in a situation where they're still competitive, they're still feisty, but I don't see them really getting it done, even if they trade Oladipo. I don't see this team winning the title in the NBA as currently constructed. I like what they have. I like what they're doing, but at the same time, they don't have enough right now, and that's going to be the frustrating part of trying to figure out when that player comes or how can they get that player to eventually get to where they need to go and where we feel like they can get to. But we'll see if they'll be able to do it. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that liked on Facebook. Also, if you're new to the channel, I do make NBA videos every single day, whether it's a discussion, whether it's breakdowns of actual player footage of legends, players, rookies, and even summer league breakdowns when it's here. I also do cover trade deadline, free agency, playoff predictions, season previews, and top 10 lists. So if you need that daily fix and you need basketball each and every day, this is the channel for you. I promise you will enjoy it. And if you did enjoy this video, you can check out my older videos. I have over 1,000, almost 2,000 on my channel. So if you're enjoying this and you like what this channel is about and you enjoyed the content, feel free to check out my older ones. And if you like this, you like those up too. Share those. That help me reach and show more people to be able to find the channel. And that's a small way you guys can help me out. But also subscribe and become part of the family. I also do got merchandise on sale in my Spreadshirt. You can check my Spreadshirt. You have merchandise there. You can also check my Facebook page. I have shirts and stuff displayed on there. You can pick the color of the shirt. You can pick the shirt color of the logo. You can swap it into whatever you want it to be. You can message me and I can get it shipped out. Not only that, I make a video tomorrow. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you think about this acquisition.